Okay, now I really want to talk about Yomi no Tsugai. This anime is the same as the author of Fullmetal Alchemist manga, and this season it got some animation by the same studio, the studio Bones. Despite it is a branch of the main studio Bones film, I'm not used to see this branch doing some animations. They made this one, which is from, it has no date to broadcast. Let's get this. This is March 19, 2025. Well, this studio has 1 year in working. Well, it's a brand new studio, and I confess I only watched the first 4 episodes because I'm not interested in wasting my time with this. Most precisely, I was worried to waste my time with it and ended up not getting any fun with it. And what my first impressions of this show, about the pacing, I think the pacing it's too slow, and how can I say it? How can I put it that? This anime only play with the characters, showing the characters and, well, at their roles, but those people not have some interesting personalities or interactions. Well, I can see it's better to read something to start to present better this. The synopsis: in the isolated village, two twins were born, separated by day and night. Well, in the first episode we have some plot twist, and we found out that sister of the main character is not who we were thinking is. Well, it is years later, and while the older brother Yuru has become a hunter of animals, his sister Asa has been locked away in a cage, ordered to perform a special duty that prohibits her from meeting more than a few selected individuals. Well, I even know what is this performance she was doing. The anime even concerns to present this on shows her on that cage doing nothing. Well, on a otherwise inconspicuous day, a group of armored men riding in helicopters, uh, referred to as dragons by the citizens. Uh, yeah, we can have we can see this on the anime. They are living in some ancient village, and out of the blue starts to appear some dudes and like mercenaries and start to attack the village. And more later, this guy ended up outside the village. That village has some field around it. Its field prevents the outside people, the the modern people, to see the inside that village. It's to hide and to help those villagers to live their lives in peace. I even know why the they are isolated there. Well, and when you attempt to meet up with Asa and flee, uh, the village is being attacked, and his reactions is to save his sister. Well, I think is kind of normal reaction from him. He finds a dead body instead. On top of that, the person who killed her claims to be Yuru's true sister. But I think there is no impact on that dead sister, that fixed sister, because was not development for that. You don't give nothing for that situation. Well, continuing this, before the woman can capture him, Yu is rescued by a man named Liu, an outsider who frequently visits the village. However, it is not long before the two are concerned. In a last-ditch effort, there makes Yu give a gift to the deity of the village, summoning a pair of demons whose existence is bound to reveal the truth behind these chaotic events. Yes, he has some familiars. It is a couple of monsters, Onis, I think, and there is another girl that has something like that, a monster that eats things, killing people. It is like the gluttony from Fullmetal Alchemist. Yes, I think the author got some inspirations from that homunculus. Yes, the first four or 3 episodes is like that synopsis. It is exactly that. The animation is normal, not something outstanding. Mm, I'm I'm doubt that rating R17 violence and profanity. I don't think this is so much graphic. They would they would be well putting this as a 14. I can't imagine why they are putting well, and it's a shonen, makes no sense to well, currently we have 19 reviews for this anime. Well, 16 sort by the most voted. No, I want the most higher and the most lower. Well, let's see. Suggested. Well, we can get recommended first. Let's see, one moment. I need to verify something here. Well, I can return now. We have eight. He's watched the 3 episodes. Like I said, I watched only 3 episodes. Well, let's see. Quite an interesting start to an interest premise. Wow, what is this premise? That's what you get when you watch Yomi no Tsugai. Story and characters 8. What I love in regards to its story is a sense of mystery on such, making you think on who is actually good and who is actually bad. A plot device that will carry this series far. And if they keep it going, it could be an anime of decision to keep up with and more so. Like what's the full story behind the village? What's the story behind this supposed dysfunctional family? What's the story behind Daemons in general? Like you get the feeling there is more to the story which meets the eye. if they can keep that up, then the series will go far. This guy missed the point. He's missed the point because you'll not get interested in know how about that family. Well, where I am. Yes, these guys got interested in that village and that family, but when you are watching this, you can get even any interest. What I want to say is they are only doing some expositions. There are no character development and no family. The only two people of that family that are present is that sister and the main character. As for the characters themselves, it's quite a different cast, which can come off as realistic in parts while still maintaining a level of personality beyond that, which just furthers the trust issue you can have with this series. Take us for example. There is moments throughout that really can make you think her heart is in the right place and she isn't heartless. The village seems normal, as if they do know themselves why they are being attacked and such. Follow that up with your realistic reactions to things, and you can tell he's in for a bumpy ride with the trust issue. Makes you wonder who to actually root for. This series has 24 episodes, so hopefully more can be expanded and such. And keep watching and keep having an interesting ride going and going. Art, art and sound. The art and sound is really well done. The way everything looks and colored along with the flow and all the attacks animation. It's one that has seemingly done with care and character, as if they left no details unchecked and such. Like, I do love certain parts that really fit the mood in setting each and every scene. Oh, this text is really boring to read. Great stuff on both ends, while followed up by a great and well-acted voice cast. Good stuff all around. What he but who is talking about good voice. Japanese always have a good casting for, so maybe he's talking about the English, but I prefer to watch on the Japanese dub. It's much better. They can incorporate the character, and those professionals are so good in casting different characters with different and distinct personalities. Well, I think those reviews are very oh god damn, man. After having watched the Fullmetal Alchemist and it being an other world's experience, the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood Writer is back, and this anime has a really intriguing premise. If I were to only base it off the first promotional image, I would never have been able to guess that what this anime would be about. Everything about this anime gives Fullmetal Alchemist great character vibe, and I love the different demons. The animations is very Fullmetal Alchemist like, and the anime has a great premise. Looking forward to see how this anime develops and see the fully fleshed out relationship between the demons and the two siblings. I don't think I talked about what is the premise of this show, but ended up the true sister of that guy appears, show up on the village and kills the that fake sister and kill a bunch of villagers too. Then the protagonist got outside the village and trying to hide from that guys. I think they are some organizations, and that sister is affiliated with them. And this anime is trying to generate some doubt if the protagonist's siblings is a bad person or not. It's something like this. It's a very plan to start some development. Very flat. It's not something outstanding. They are talking this as a great premise. I think these guys are missing the point. Well, not recommend. April, May. There are recent recent. Those reviews have a bad writing. Some of those guys even use comma or period. It's very tiring to read these reviews on MyAnimeList. Well, I can going with this The Last Ride. One of the worst anime I've seen in a long time. I can kinda agree with him. This anime makes me think about how important it is to create a good adaptation, include a good soundtrack, give it a pace appropriate to the events. Well, true, I agree with this. All things this work lacks. Soulless characters, events unfolding at the pace of a high school student's hormones, and an imperceptible soundtrack. True. I kinda can't remember how is it that soundtrack. I started watching it without knowing it was by the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist, and I was disappointed when I came here after the 50 episodes, the 55th episode, to mark it as dropped, and then found it about the creator. I feel disappointed too, because it is an animations from that studio Bones. It is a great studio. Years ago they were working more with mecha animations. They made some animations like Eureka 7 and others I can remember, because they are in reality some branch of Sunrise. The studio Sunrise is famous to making mecha animes. I think Gundam is one of them. Gundam, Escaflowne, and the 7-Star Stores. Those are some old animes, and the studio Bones is the same as Noragam and Fullmetal Alchemist. Then it's not kind of nothing in studio. They could make something better than this. And we how can this cannot be enough? We can put on the table the fact that this is the same album as the Fullmetal Alchemist. Those facts is kinda overblown. I can't believe, despite this anime got some almost 8 score on MyAnimeList. Um, give give the current audience for animes is not something surprising to get hate. The character's behavior is inconsistent and they show no connections whatsoever with each other. It's like watching a TV series where the actors are reading from the script without seeing their fellow actors' faces. Well, the dub for from the voice characters are good. What I didn't like was the character reactions. What was happening around them. The story goes directly to where the author wants it to, without explaining or justifying anything to the viewer. Yes, I'm absolutely agree with this guy is talking about. Well, he's gave two to the soundtrack, one to the history. The history was very flat and mid. I can go with 3 instead of 1. Maybe 4. Characters 0. Characters I can go with 3. Pace PC is worst. Animations 8. No, I I would I would not throw 8 to these animations. I go with 6 or 7. On the end, my final rate for these animations could be 5. It is very something mid. I don't recommend to anyone, even to my worst enemy. Yes, to my worst enemy, don't watch this anime. Very well. Finally, we can see we can go verifying some other animations for this current season. Well, seasonal anime, filters, erotica, and hentai. Erotica here as well. You will not get some graphic images. Kids, no, no, no. Well, the most scored first. We have ReZero, fourth season. I remember I watched the first seasons was like 2017 or 2018. I thought it was a great anime and kinda impacted with the Subaru death. And I remember I keep waiting for news about some new animations. And it's throughout the years we got some new seasons, and now we have the adaptations going on. Very good. Tongari Boshi no Atelier. Well, it was going something with UNICEF about something with the author. Uh, it's something I don't want to get into this live. Nippon Sangaku worries about the pinnacle of modern civilization known as Japan is now long forgotten. Ravaged by civil war and technological collapse, Japan has regressed into a post-Meiji era society and is now divided into three imperial territories known as Yamato, Buo, and Sei. This synopsis is very interesting. I am very interested. I should verify later. Studio Kafka. There's an anime studio established in 2020 during the pandemic. They adapted some seasons for Mahou Tsugai no Yomi. I watched the first season, but I dropped this second because the pacing was boring. The premise had me at first. A divided Japan, three factions, and IMC aiming for unification. Well, it clearly draws inspiration from Three Kingdoms style storytelling. Three Kingdoms? What is it? Which usually means strategy, political tension, and clever warfare. That part looked promising, but everything else just falls apart. The animation is the biggest offender. It barely qualifies as animation. Most scenes feel like a moving slideshow with minimal motion, which completely kills any sense of immersion or intensity. For a story that should revolve around war and strategy, it feels lifeless. Character design does not help either. Almost everyone looks the same. The MC is particularly indistinguishable from his own wife, and that lack of visual identity makes it hard to stay engaged or even care about whose is who. What's worse is the constant talk about strategy and art of war concepts, but none of it actually feels intelligent. It's all surface level references without any real depth or clever execution. You are told it's strategic, but you never actually see it. Reviewers rating. Well, this guy talking is pointing the fact of the lack of personality, or I think character development, and the face design. Here I think this is CGI at the first look. Well, they look the same. I don't know if they use the original design from source web manga. If they use the design from the manga or they create a new one. I should give a try sometime Copperstone, size 4. Design is more bold. This very well. Oh, Yomi Tsugai. I have talked before. Well, we have around 158 shows. If you can get all those type of animations include age, and you can understand these are almost 200 animes for seasons. This is crazy. Years ago, before the pandemic period, we got around 50. Now we have 4 times. It's kind of crazy. So so many animes are being animated now. No wonder the quality is they're turned down. What's something I noticed in those recent years is it is look at this, the same palette of colors. You have smooth colors, like here some pink or white, and blue mixed with a smooth blue color. Well, and scrolling down, here a good example. Let me see here, but it is a background with, yes, this is a good example. We have the same palette of colors, smooth and lower opacity colors. Here, well, the same palette of colors, and we've kept going down. We have a bunch of shows with this one has a more strong colors, a more strong set of colors. What I want to exemplify is the difference of palette colors we have now compared with before. I think we can get before the pandemic period. Let me see. I can go for 2018, a good year. Winter. For winter 2020. Well, we got Gintama that time. Very fun. Violet Evergarden, I don't think is a good comparison because has a distinct design and colors, because it's from Kyoto Animations. Kyoto Animations gives some more dedications for its animations, because they would prefer to take more time working than to get instead a bunch of enemies to work with. Then they don't need to divide efforts on different fronts at the same time. And I think a time after these animations the studio got a sword by a crazy guy at that time. It was very sad what happened to them. Some of those workers on that studio ended up being dead, and others got harmed. Well, talking about smooth palette colors, Eurocamp have this, but I think it's more related with the mood and inspirations or that anime is trying to pass, because it is a chill and calm anime related with camping outside, something like that. Precure I don't include because this is more, how can I say it? It's more like the aesthetic of Precure have those colors. Well, Overlord has have outstanding colors and shadow colors too. This is different from we have now, I think, Caricature Second. I didn't know, but well, here we have different part colors, different. Here, well, here. Well, this sum up what I'm trying to say. The recent animes has smooth colors. If you don't believe me, you are wrong. I'm kidding. Need the girl overdose. Candy carries. Carries. Well, there is a non-stop of animes. Some people usually got to around 20 animes, some crazy guys, but considering 200 animes, they certainly get in trouble to decide will what will watch. Well, there are this Chinese or Korean anime. The crazy thing I noticed is how many Korean Chinese works it has. Well, for now, I hope a couple more. Let's see. Oh, River. I didn't know. Animation, the Kido Kansatsu River series. I watched the first one and I'm planning to go with the second. Maybe I can watch the TV version of the first movie. But the second one is the most common in this series. I'm not interested in specific in this show because I would prefer to go with the oldest first. If I can go with that after. I think I will end the live